Please keep your microphone muted so everyone can listen clearly. During the Q&A, if you would like to speak, please introduce yourself first. During the Q&A, if you would like to speak, please introduce yourself. At the end, please remember to complete the evaluation form for your certificate. Now we're pleased to welcome our speaker, who is 𝗷𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗏. He is a teacher at the Language Center and a professor at the Second School of Education at Universidad de Piura in Peru. He holds a bachelor degree in education, a master degree in TEFL from Universidad Europea del Atlántico, a TESOL certificate from St. Mary's University, England, and a skill and principles in language teaching training workshop design, observation, and feedback certificate from 𝗘𝗴𝗃𝗲𝗏 in Costa Rica, and an American Culture and Society Institute certificate from New York University. He has delivered face-to-face workshops and plenaries in Ecuador, Colombia, Costa Rica, Mexico, Peru, and Spain. He has also presented online webinars and plenaries in Argentina, Bolivia, and other countries, in USA, in Costa Rica, and Peru. He's interested in teacher training, language community, and learning from everyone. He has run the International English Online Meeting since 2020 up to now. The presentation for today is entitled The Pillars of Learning, Social, Emotional Learning, and Neuroscience. We are truly honored to have you with us and look forward to learning from your knowledge, experience, and insights. Jaime, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and for being here today. It's a privilege to have you with us. The floor is yours.
Thank you, dear Samuel. Thank you, Viviana, and thank you, Gonzalo, and thank you everyone in Bolivia, and thank you for inviting me for the third time. This is the third time, Viviana, I guess.
Yes, yes, we have begun with these virtual sessions with you. So thank you for accepting the invitation
No,
again.
thank you, because it's always a pleasure to be in contact with people from Bolivia, a place I have never been yet, but I'm sure that soon I will be with you. Okay, so number one, let me share my screen with you. Before starting, let me remind you, this is my WhatsApp number. So if you want to get a copy of my presentation, feel free to write to me and I will send you the presentation. Okay? Okay?
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
okay.
Okay, just to check that you are listening to me. Okay, before starting my presentation, I want to thank Gonzalo Fortune. I haven't met him in person yet, I guess, but I loved his presentation. He was talking about brain, reflection, metacognition, passion, mistakes, convey messages, and the most important, lifelong learning. So my topic has to do with his topic too, because we will be talking about neuroscience and social emotional learning. Okay, so number one, this is my city. If you ever come to Peru, please come down to Piura. It's a city with 1 million inhabitants, and we are in the border of Ecuador. Okay, this is one of our most beautiful beaches. We have lots of beaches in Piura, but also we have highlands. So it's a privilege, the city where I live. And this is the university where I work. And this is the language center, okay, where I usually go to work from Monday to Friday. And these are some of the people who work with me, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you. I will be constantly checking that you are following me, okay? There will be some prizes for the students, for the teachers, for the attendees who participate actively. So, number one is think and share. So, what are we going to do in this presentation, Samuel, Viviana, and everyone else? Okay, something that I love is reflect together. Why, Viviana? Because we don't learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience. So according to what we do, we take some decisions and we change our paths and we change our activities. Okay. Now, some people go to the gym, but also we should train our brain. So this is a little exercise to train your brain on this Sunday morning. Pay attention to it and try to follow the exercises, please. Please do the exercises. Very good, Viviana. Excellent, Samuel. Come on, everyone, do and follow the exercises. Excellent, Miss Cindy. This is an excellent exercise. This one, Samuel. Okay, unfortunately, we do not have enough time to keep on doing this exercise. Viviana, how did you feel doing these exercises?
Well, at the beginning, it was a little bit hard to coordinate. And then,
Excellent.
yeah.
That means that our brain has to be ready, okay, and we have to do exercise also for our brain. What about you, Samuel?
Well, at the first time was a little bit challenging to coordinate my hands, but then my brain get ready.
Okay, now let's go to the introduction. Okay, what is neuroscience? I started reading and studying about neuroscience a couple of years ago when I was present in a conference, just like listening to Gonzalo, and I decided, wow, this is an interesting topic. So then I was doing some research, and this is what I found. It's a discipline that combines the study of our nervous system, the methods of how teachers teach, and the most important, the study of our mental and emotional factors. Now, what does neuroscience explain? Number one, Samuel and Viviana, it explains how the brain learns, how the brain behaves, and how this relates to instructional practices in the classroom. Now, why is neuroscience important? Number one, Samuel, because it helps to understand, okay, it helps to understand how the brain processes information into learning. Number two, to know more about what it takes for students' brains to be engaged, responsive, and alert. Three things that are very important in a class: to be engaged, to be responsive, and alert. Okay. Now, what is the relationship between learning and the brain? What is the relationship? Well, this is important, Samuel and Viviana. Every class, every assignment, and every experience shapes the human brain. Gonzalo was talking about making mistakes. Yeah, making mistakes is the most beautiful part of learning. Why? Because it shapes the human brain. You just communicate. You don't make the correction immediately. I usually tell my students when people from the USA or Canada or England come to Peru and they try to speak in Spanish, they say, ayer yo comer pescado. You don't say ayer comí. You just listen to them and you make the following question. Oh, ¿te gustó? ¿Qué comiste? ¿Dónde comiste? So it shapes the human brain. Mistakes are important. Mistakes are necessary for learning. This is very important, Viviana. What increases learning? For example, when you eat a lot of bread, your weight increases. Now, what increases learning? Number one, Samuel,
Movement.
movement. So that's why you were moving your hands. Okay? Why movement? It's important, Viviana, because it stimulates our brain, it improves neuron connections. What else? It helps to develop different areas of the brain, lowers anxiety and depression. For example, some activities to increase movement in the classroom, Simon says, acting out, jumping, spelling bees, etc. Viviana, Samuel, do you know that in some schools in Spain there are special chairs for students? They are like bicycles, okay, and they are moving their feet while the students are listening to their teacher. Do you know why, Samuel? Do you know why, Viviana? It's because movement, it's important in the class. So if you have 1 hour, the students sitting without moving, they will get bored, they will not participate, they will fall asleep. So remember, number one is Viviana, Samuel, number one is
Movement.
movement is very important. Now, number two is multisensory experiences. They are very important. What does it mean? Why they are important? Because they reinforce memory retention by using visual, auditory, and kinesthetic activities. Example, visual aids, flashcards, gestures, realia, singing. I love singing, Viviana, and I know that you love singing too. Dancing. Yes, yes, I've seen your videos, Viviana. Do you use singing and dancing in your classes, Viviana?
Yes, mostly singing.
Okay, what about you, Samuel? Do you dance with your students?
Dancing, not really, but singing, yeah.
You should try, Samuel. They will love you. They will love your class. They will love learning. Why? Because movement reinforces memory retention. Okay? Now, number three. What is number three? Chunking and sequencing information. Sequencing information. Usually, I teach beginners but also elementary students. And I didn't know the difference between beginners and elementary students. At the beginners level, Samuel and Viviana, you use chunking and sequencing information. In elementary is faster. So for example, why chunking information is important? Because it processes information more effectively by breaking down complex grammar rules or lengthy text into smaller chunks. For example, if you are going to teach this list of vocabulary, bread, ice cream, milk, tomatoes, eggs, it will be easier and better for the students if you have this chunk list. Number one, Samuel, frozen foods. Number two, Samuel.
Diary.
Number three, Viviana, bakery.
Sorry, bakery, yes.
Yeah, and the last one, Viviana, can you perceive it?
Sure, fruits and vegetables.
Right. Okay. So example, if you're gonna teach a function or a tense, Books usually chunk the information, first affirmative, then negative, and then interrogative. The same thing with vocabulary. Personally, I don't do this. I start the first class with, my name is Jaime. What's your name? And you answer, my name is Samuel. So, and then I say, I'm from Piura. Where are you from? But some students need chunking and sequences. So that's why this number three, it's important. So number one, Viviana, is movement. Number two is, if you don't remember, multi-sensory experiences. So listening, speaking, reading, writing, moving, touching. Some teachers take lotions to class so the students smell, or some teachers use lemon. So you taste lemon and then the class will be memorable. So number three is chunking and sequencing information. Number four is practical space repetition. Why repetition is important, Samuel? Because review language concepts and vocabulary to help you brain to fix knowledge into long-term memory. Example, first you present new material, then you review the material, then you include the material in a quiz, and then homework. And then the next class, you repeat the actions with the vocabulary or the material with different activities. Do you know, Samuel, Viviana, what researchers say about how many times you have to repeat a word so students can memorize it and internalize it? Do you know how many times?
Well, I knew it was 50. That's what
Yes.
I remember.
Yeah. So when we teach something and we pretend that students learned immediately, we are wrong. We need practical space repetition. So number one, Samuel, movement. Number two, multisensory activities. Number three, number three,
Chunking and sequencing.
yes, very good, Samuel. And number four, Viviana.
Well, I'm trying to get closer. Number
Don't
four.
worry.
Number four, we have, let me see, written.
Practical.
Where are we? Where are we? I lost you, Jaime.
Don't worry. It's practical space
Yes.
repetition. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's go to number five. Number five is active
Active
learning.
learning.
Active learning. That is something that Gonzalo was talking about. Why active learning is important? Because it stimulates the brain's frontal lobes. Do you know uh, until what age the brain's frontal lobes develop? Do you know how old is the moment when they start growing? 29. 29. So that's why Samuel, Viviana, and everyone else, that's why we are immature when we do things and we are 25 and we are 26. And you say, but they are professionals. Why they are doing immature activities? It's because the brain's frontal lobes keep on growing and learning. Example of this activity number five is involve students in discussions, role plays, debates, hands-on activities. Samuel, Viviana, in England, in the United States, and other developed countries, there are hands-on museums. Here in Latin America, if you go to a museum, you cannot touch anything. But
Yes.
there, you, but there you go and you can touch them. You can smell them. So the learning is more memorable. The learning is lifelong learning. Okay, number six, something that teachers don't like, feedback and correction. Samuel, Viviana, do you ask your students to give you feedback at the end of the semester, at the end of the year? Do you ask students, please, on a piece of paper, or you prepare a questionnaire with A, B, C, D questions? And do you ask for feedback?
Yeah,
Yes.
personally, I do, but it's harder, right? When you have 40
Of
students
course.
in a class. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Viviana? Why is it hard to ask for feedback?
Well, what we do here at the university is sending them a Google Forms, and not everybody answers. It's better to do it like face to face. And the thing is that when we have a lot of students, so and some of them answer and others don't answer.
Yeah. And do you know, Viviana Samuel, why feedback and correction it's important? Because it helps reinforce correct connections that form between the neurons in your brain. Example, this is something important to Viviana Samuel. Encourage peer-to-peer feedback sessions in a supportive manner, in a friendly way, in a humanistic way, always looking for the good of your colleagues, of your students, and your friends. Okay, and the last one is emotional engagement. So, do you think you remember the six other ones? Number one is movement, number two is
Multisensory experience.
excellent, number three, remember?
Checking and
No,
sequencing information.
Sofia Chipana, remember?
Yes, checking and sequencing information.
Excellent, Sofia. Hello, Sofia. Number four,
Practical space repetition.
excellent. Number five, number six, number seven. Question, Samuel, Sofia, and Viviana. How do you feel when you are in a conference like this and somebody asks you questions? How do you feel, honestly?
Nervous.
Yes, Viviana. That's the way your students feel when you ask simple questions like what day is today. Remember that emotions are really important in class. So that's why the second part of this presentation has to do with emotional engagement. Why emotional engagement? It's important because it connect learning with emotions. Number one, to create a positive environment. Do you smile, Viviana, Sofia, Samuel? Do you smile in class or you are always serious in class?
I
Sometimes
smile.
I do.
I do, I smile.
Yeah, Gladys, do you smile?
Yes, I am smiling. I try to smile every time.
Yeah, yeah. But sometimes, Viviana and Gladys, we have to be serious. We have to look angry. Yeah, it's okay. But not all the time be serious, not all the time be happy. Try to reinforce and create a positive environment so the students feel comfortable, they develop retention, and the most important, make language learning more meaningful and memorable. Example, storytelling, discussions about personal experiences, think, pair, and share, and etc. Okay, if you want to read about the first part of the presentation, you have these books, Educational Neuroscience, and The Brain at the School. I highly recommend you to get these books and read about neuroscience. Here you have some links, okay? Okay, before we go on with the second part, is there any question, please? Before we go to the second part of that presentation? No? No, Viviana, Gladys, Samuel? There
No,
are there are 99 people here. How do you feel, Viviana, when you ask the students any question and nobody asks you a question?
I feel like, okay, everybody understood everything, or
Or,
nothing got understood.
excellent. So that's my feeling, Viviana. Nobody understood, or
No, hello, James.
hello, Miss Cindy.
Good morning from Bolivia. We understood and I like it. And the way that you told us to make students to repeat is a good idea, but I didn't know 50 times.
Yes.
Really? Oh my goodness. Because I gave
Cindy, is when like you are eating, okay? Do you know
okay.
how many times you have to chew your food
Right.
before
Yeah, I can.
7 times? So you have to
Okay.
be before doing that. So the stomach is ready. Of course, patience is very important when eating, when interacting, when teaching and learning. Okay. Now let's
Okay.
start the second part. Now, what is social emotional learning? It's known by CEL. Okay, social emotional learning is this: is the ability to be aware of oneself and the feelings of another's. Cindy, what is your feeling at this moment? How do you feel at this moment?
Well, at this moment, I'm cold in social. Yes,
Okay, but how do
but
you feel? How do you feel?
okay, I feel very happy to see these techniques to improve my teaching in
Uh,
class.
and 1 hour ago, how did you feel? 2 hours ago?
I was curious because it's my first time in this
Excellent,
activity, and I
Cindy.
was,
So
and
that's the way our students' minds work. Okay? We have to pay attention to social emotional learning. Why? Because it's the ability to be aware of your feelings, but also your students' feelings. What else, Viviana, is social emotional learning? Is knowing when to talk and when to be quiet and listen. Viviana, are you sometimes quiet in class looking at the students without saying anything?
Well, I think that experience can teach us this, especially for women. We are very talkative. We like to talk, 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 talk. And I actually don't feel really comfortable when everything is quiet. So I have to be talking. But I've learned in classes that we need to give the opportunity to our students to answer, not give them the answer, but help them to
And
answer.
be patient, Viviana, and be patient, and
Yes.
to wait 5 seconds, to wait for 10 seconds, and give the students time. Okay. Now, what else is social emotional learning? Is the process of developing the self-awareness, the self-control, and the most important, Cindy, interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills are very, very super, mega important. Why, Cindy? Why, Viviana? Because it's important to have a good relationship with your peers, with other colleagues, with other teachers, with other professors, with parents, with teachers, with the people who clean the school, with the people who administrate the school. Okay, this is beautiful. Pay attention to this, Viviana and Cindy.
Into water quickly gets more and more intense until you can't really see anything else clearly. Everything in your life is suddenly tainted with that feeling you don't want to have. You can't escape from it. You just want it to go away. People come to therapy thinking that someone is going to teach them how to escape from it. But in fact, what you learn is how to allow it to be there, welcome it even, to pay attention to it and see it for what it is. Ink is not water, the emotion is not you. It's an experience, a sensation moving through you. And when you allow emotion to be there without trying to block it out or make it go away, and you allow it to take its natural course, over time, the emotion passes and you're ready for whatever comes next. I'm a psychologist.
Beautiful, isn't it, Cindy and Viviana? Right?
It is.
Yes, it is the experience and the emotions.
Yes, we have this friend in Canada, 𝗔𝗱𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗃, and she said, and she explained to us that all the emotions are acceptable, Cindy and Viviana. There are not good emotions and there are not bad emotions. The problem, Cindy and Viviana, is the reaction, is the behavior, but not the feelings. Okay? Now let's continue. Now, why is social emotional learning important? Because look at these two arrows. With what do you gain? Emotional regulation, classroom engagement, resilience, self-confidence, and the most important for students, academic achievement. What does it reduce? It reduces conduct or behavior problems, emotional distress, and something that is very common in our days is negative thinking. Viviana, Cindy, honestly, sincerely, do you sometimes have these problems, emotional distress and negative thinking?
Oh, yes.
Don't be afraid.
Well, sometimes I have, but I don't show in class. I always smiling and always make my students happy. And if I get angry, I try to act. I'm very active teacher,
Very
and
good,
I
Cindy. So,
yeah.
okay, our students, when they are 12, 15, 13, 16, 11, 10, they go through very difficult emotional distress. They have problems at home, they have problems at the school, they have personal problems. Okay, that's why social emotional learning is very important. Now let's practice. Here we have Viviana and Cindy and everyone else. I don't mention the other names. Hello Abraham, hello Samuel, hello Miranda. Thank you for switching on your cameras, okay? And everyone else, thank you so much. Here you have some activities to develop social emotional learning and neuroscience. Number one is music. Listen to this music, Cindy.
I can
I
listen.
uh I may think you're not sharing the sound. I
Yeah,
cannot hear.
I'm
no.
sorry. Let me share my screen again. I'm so sorry. I forgot to share the sound. Excuse me. Now, let me see if it works. Give me a couple of Peruvian seconds. Now,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you. Why, Samuel, this type of music with the effect Mozart in 432HZ, it's important. Do you know why? Unbelievable, Cindy, it improves your learning, your memory retention, sorry, and concentration. What else? This music stimulates your brain, improves concentration, and creates the perfect environment to study. Listen again, Samuel. How do you feel, Samuel?
I will say that I can feel relaxed and it creates like an environment that it's really comfortable to
Yes,
study.
it is. And also, there is music to develop social emotional learning. Unbelievable. Look at this.
Section 7, the language of emotions, music and social emotional learning. Music is like a universal language that can express a wide range of emotions. It can make us feel happy, sad, excited, or even peaceful. When children listen to music, they learn to identify and understand different emotions. They might hear a happy song and start dancing, or a calming melody might help them feel safe and secure. Music also provides opportunities for children to express their own emotions. Through singing, dancing, or even just listening, they can share their feelings and connect with others on an emotional level.
Interesting, isn't it?
Sure.
Do you use music, Samuel, in class?
Yeah, I usually use some songs at the beginning of the session.
Okay, it's important also in the middle of the session, at the end
Yeah.
of the session. Really, it moves students. Cindy, you want to say something?
First I pray and then I dance some song, and at the end also I made a students to dance and with questions because it helps. And we learn in Bolivia, some English institute told us to put in Mozart songs before teaching English.
Yes.
That it helps.
Thank you, Cindy. Saúl Jerez. Saúl, go on. Saúl?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. It's important what you're saying about music. You know, I got these students in preschool that the way I teach them one class at a week is with music. I had 5 periods during the week, but one of those 5 periods, I only use music. What I do is to ask them do some art, crafts, and while we are doing this art or crafts, we're listening to music in
Yes.
English. Music
Excellent.
that they already know, some songs that they already know. And while they're doing some things with their hands, they're just listening. You know what
Yeah.
is excellent is at the end of the sessions, they already know some words, some vocabulary that I haven't
Yes.
had a chance to teach them by just by vocabulary words.
Thank you for saying that, Saúl. Do you know, Saúl, how Juan Pablo II learned to speak about 7 languages? He
I don't
had
know,
a
but I imagine it's music.
he had a speaker under his pillow, and he was playing a cassette. In that time there were not CDs or the technology we have now, and he was sleeping, but his brain was working and listening to that pronunciation and vocabulary. The following day, when he wanted to speak that language, oh, unbelievable! He knew. His brain knew the pronunciation. His brain had memorized the patterns. Go on, dear Abraham. Abraham, do you want to say something?
Right. I was wondering why that particular wavelength is beneficial for learning. I think it was 432 hertz.
Why? What you said? Music?
Yeah, that wavelength.
Because it unbelievable, Abraham, because it stimulates the brain, it facilitates learning, it opens their minds. I had students who are shy, who are timid, who are introvert, but at the moment I start playing my guitar, they start singing, and they turn into the best students. Of course, Abraham, there are students who don't like singing, and that's okay, but it will help some students. Another activity is the emotions check-in cards. They are important. Why? Because they help students identify, express, and manage their feelings. So you give Abraham the students these cards. It says, I feel this way because right now I am feeling something that might help is anything else I'd like to share is these cards allow the students express their emotions, and the teachers can learn that students are going through difficult times and we can help them. Another activity is class circles. Anybody here in the audience practices class circles. The teacher sits and all the students make a circle around the teacher, and they are good because they foster a positive classroom culture by building trust, enhancing communication, and strengthening relationships. Anybody here in the audience practices class circles? No one? Okay. Then we have mindful morning check-in. They are important because they encourage focusing on the present moment without judgment. Something really important because Abraham, Saul, everyone, we are all the time judging people. We always judge students, we always judge their behaviors, even among us teachers. So these mindful morning check-ins help us to encourage to focus on the present moment. Another beautiful activity that personally I like is end of the day reflection questions. They can be at the end of the class, they can be at the end of the day, they can be at the end of the week, they can be at the end of the semester or the month. For example, you, Abraham, what are you grateful for today?
Okay, I guess for being given the opportunity to learn about people and well, new ways to teach.
Well, excellent. I am 62, Abraham. I'm gonna become 63 next week, and I am grateful for being healthy, for being alive, for being with you, for listening to different people from Bolivia and other countries. This is another activity that many people know and use. It is show and tell. You ask students to bring something, a personal item, and it's important because it builds public speaking skills and self-esteem. It enhances vocabulary, encourages logical thought organization, and teaches respectful listening and empathy. And something really important these days, it fosters inclusivity because we celebrate diverse cultural backgrounds and personal interests. For example, if you like this type of music and I don't, I learn to respect your likes and interests. Next is brain teasers. Do you ever use brain teasers in class? They can improve short-term memory loss. For example, this question. Can you read the question, please, Abraham? Your microphone, please, Abraham.
Sorry. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they?
And the answer is the footsteps.
The footstep.
Yes, Cindy. Another question. This is for you, Cindy.
What two things you can never eat for breakfast?
And the answer is, Cindy?
Meat. I don't know. I like milk and bread.
Okay, or lunch and dinner. The good thing about brain teasers is that all the answers are acceptable. All the answers are okay. Number 9, here you have brain breaks. For example, after 1 hour or 2 hours of conference, you need a break. Go to the bathroom, go and eat something, but also your brain needs a break. Here you have examples of brain breaks. So what do you see?
Family.
A dog.
Yes, a dog, a family, a couple with a baby. What do you see here?
A frog.
Hello, Maribel. A frog more with the eyes, the ears. What do you see here? Lion.
A face of woman.
Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have too much time, so let's keep on going. Also, a good activity for your brain and social emotional learning is puzzles, coloring, and creative tasks. Why? And also learning with the ball. You get a ball, you make a circle, and students throw the ball. It combines physical activity with the challenge of practicing verbs. For example, Leonila, I throw the ball at you and I say, the present tense is go. And when you receive the ball, you have to say went. Okay, something like that. Finally, we have back writing. Have you ever practiced back writing? You do this with your finger or with a pen or with a ruler. You write a small letter like EAT, and the person has to guess what word you wrote. Now, why this activity is important, Leonila, Celia? Because it enhances sensory perception and communication skills, and the most important, it builds trust and understanding between pairs. And finally, we have singing with rhythm. What do? You play a song, Leonila, and you ask students to follow the rhythm with their pens, with their rulers, with their feet, with their hands, etc. Why this activity is good for your brain and the social emotional learning? Because this enhances listening skills, pattern recognition, and the most important, fosters unity, cooperation, and teamwork. Okay, my dear friends and colleagues from Bolivia, if you want to read about social emotional learning, I recommend you these books, Social and Emotional Learning in the Classroom, and the other one, Social Emotional Learning Lab. Okay? And reflections, please. Anybody who can help me and read this quote? Anybody? Celia?
Okay. Neuroplasticity is our brain's and nervous system ability to structurally and functionally change with every experience we encounter.
For example, today, Celia, listening to this, not to me, but to this, thinking about this, your brain is changing because we are learning something new. We are reflecting. Number two, please, Leonilda.
Food for thought. When educating the minds of our youth, we must not forget to educate their hearts.
Interesting, right? Samuel, please help me.
Sure. Giving kids the opportunity to develop their emotions, empathy, and social skills is one of the best ways to prepare them for a life ahead.
Definitely. Abraham, please give me a hand with this quote.
Social emotional learning is, if I can put it simply, to balance the teaching of head with the teaching of heart.
Miranda, Ornella, hello. Here we have social emotional learning links. And any comments or questions, please, this is my email. You can write to me. And if you ever come to Peru, please visit me in Piura. If not, you can send me a WhatsApp message. Here is my WhatsApp, +51, that is Peru, and 986664116. Okay, I am open to any question, please. We have 4 minutes.
Happy birthday in advance, dear James.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you too, dear Cindy. Thank you so much. Please, any comment, any question, anything that you would like to say?
Yeah, I do have a question. When it comes to advanced levels of English learners, what kind of activities we could do instead of singing? And I don't mean to.
I know.
Yeah,
What
I
I
don't mean.
do, what I do, Abraham, is I take my students outside the class. They love talking, interacting outside the class. Sometimes I take them to the cafeteria and we start talking in English in the cafeteria. Sometimes I take them to the lab and they love working in the laboratory. Sometimes I take them to the language center so they can talk to other teachers. So what I do with advanced students, I have them use their English in real situations, not in the classroom. Because in the classroom they feel, okay, I already know that. Or I ask them to present projects about their schools at the university, about their families, about the books they read, about the films they have seen, about any topic they like. That's what I personally do, and it works.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other question, please? If not, Viviana?
Maybe a comment, Jaime. I was
Please,
thinking
please, please.
on the last part of the first video that you show up. It said that it helps teachers to connect their students. And maybe sometimes we forget this part because we just go to the classroom. Okay, today we're going to learn about simple present. And I start the class. But what is not happening maybe in our classes is to connect with our students emotionally, right?
Right. It's the same thing here in this conference. Here there are 100 teachers and everybody has a problem, an issue, something that we worry about, something that we are thinking, after this conference, I have to do this. And our emotions are different. The same thing happens with our students. So I always pay attention. I always ask my students, how are you today? Are you okay? Are you okay? And then I play Michael Jackson's song, saying many times, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I ask them that question is very important and relevant when we have a problem. Any
Yeah.
other question? I am open to any other question. If not,
Okay.
I guess no more questions. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear friends from
Hey, good
Bolivia.
morning.
Arlette?
I'm Arlette. Nice
Hello,
to meet
Arlette.
you. Nice to meet you. Thanks
Nice to
for
meet you
sharing.
too.
I just have a question. I love to sing with my students, even if they are in high school. But since we're Adventist, is there a source where we can find songs that align with our philosophy?
Excellent question. Number one,
Thank you.
let me tell you that the university where I work belongs to Opus Dei, and we also pay attention to this issue that we have to follow certain words, certain topics, I will try to get the links. And if you send me a WhatsApp message, I promise that I will send you what I find in Google or internet, or some links that I could have about this type of music or songs that you would like to have.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, dear Arleth. Saul, and the last question, I guess, right? Because it's 50 minutes, 1 hour. Saul?
For all the teachers who are looking for music, the IA is a very nice experience to create music, specific music with specific topics and with specific points of view. There is this ministry in English that they are developing it for the Sabbath school lesson, and they publish it weekly. You just look in YouTube for the Sabbath school musical, and it's 7 songs for one single day of the week, including the day's topic of the Sabbath school lesson, which is very interesting, and I use it in my classes.
That's true, Saul. Thank you for mentioning that. There is a intelligence artificial tool, I don't remember the name, but you just give it the vocabulary, the words that you want, the structure you want them to use, and the type of music, and they, in less than a minute, they create the song for you. That's true. That's true. Any other question, please? Or comment? If not, thank you so much once again, and see you, I hope, next year, but in Bolivia, not online.
Thank you once again, Jaime, for sharing your knowledge and experience today. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you to all our participants too for joining the session. We hope that this presentation has been given useful ideas for and inspire your teaching and practice in your classrooms. So enjoy the rest of the program. And one more time, thank you so much for being here with us, Jaime. God bless you.
Thank you, Samuel. God bless you too. And you write to me, and I'll send you the PowerPoint presentation. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Have a good day.
Jaime, thank you so much. Yes, it was
Thank you, Viviana.
insightful.
Thank you for the invitation once again.
Yes, it was an insightful presentation as always. And thank you for also for all the things that you have done for our department. You always are accepting, you're always accepting our invitations and also helping us look for other speakers. So we thank you so much, Jaime.
God bless you, dear Viviana.
God bless you too.